And we're live.
Dude, that's somewhere I'm never showing up at a fit expo.
Ooh, good time.
No,
good time.
I'm going to go to a local Burger King and feel better about myself. Thank you very much.
I got the Junior Whopper, loser.
Yeah. I only got 4 nugs, not 10, you fucking lard.
Look at me ordering extra sauce.
And then meanwhile, I'm like sneaking back to the counter like, I will take 10.
No, man. There's something different about fitness expos. I would rather be in just like a gigantic real life ant farm and just have to live in there. I don't know. It's just
oh man,
it's a really like, especially Juji gets just accosted. I mean, like there was a time period. So John's been doing the Instagram thing for what, 5 years now, and in the beginning he didn't have YouTube and we didn't have like our own income sources, and so he would go to these expos. And I still can't believe how much stuff he did for people. He would, women would come up to him and he would pick them up, like 35, 40, 50 women in a day. He would do splits with people, do splits for people. He would do backflips if you asked him to. And he was doing this for like 8 hours straight on concrete.
Yeah, I was a circus animal. I was a circus animal, man. And the thing is that the problem I figured out later, the moment you take one woman and you press her overhead for a picture, all of a sudden every woman in the frickin' room comes to your line, and then you have a 50 rep set. 50 reps overhead pressing women. I remember I threw my back out. Actually, you're talking about me hurting myself.
Oh God!
I've gotten smarter. I'm really pretty smart about like avoiding injuries, but. That one fat woman, man.
That's the question, right?
She was I was done. I was tapped out. This is like the 20th woman in a row. And I said, I'm tired. I needed to go take a break. And she would not have it. She was so upset. Yeah. She was like, you have to do this. And I was just like, I don't know. I mean, okay. And I was like, I knew she was too heavy. I knew what my max was. I'd ask every woman. I asked every woman what their weight was. Because, like, hey, you want me to press the overhead? I need to know how much she weighed. She was 185, 190, but she was shaped really.
Oh, that's a big
she was shaped like a ball, which isn't really. I need a longer woman with a little less weight. And
so when you're pressing them like a barbell, like thigh and rib.
There's a technique to it. You tell them to face this way. You scoop them up. You do a flip with your hands, and then you step back. You activate your glutes, and you push, and you press your head through. I know how to do it. There's a technique to it. I figured it out. So it doesn't work with a bowling ball.
You can't just grab clam and tits and throw them up.
you get a little ass. You get a little ass. You get a little lat. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. So you're just sitting there miserable as shit, having to overhead press women all day.
It's my fault, man. I started it. Shit.
Yeah.
So hey, you learned something that day. So don't do that.
Look, the first time you get attention like that, it feels special. I bet that's gone now, right? Like you don't even want that attention. You wear a disguise if you could.
I've tried to go through the Arnold last year wearing a hoodie and with my head down. I was like, it's got to be the hair, man. They're seeing the damn hair. That's what's drawn them to me. I had a hoodie on and I'm like walking like this, and I just hear a bunch of people go, "Oh, Juji."
Dude, they smell you.
They smell me.
Yeah,
like,
dude. They know your BO.
I'm a dude that's wearing black pants and a black hoodie with black shoes, with my head down, moving really quickly, and they freaking see it.
Sometimes I was standing next to you, so that would kind of give it away.
God damn you!
But
I shouldn't have worn a branded hoodie.
Oh man.
No, that's I get totally what he's saying. Like that must be pretty cool the first time a woman's like, throw me over your head. And you're like, this is tight. I'm awesome. The 50th fat bitch. You got to be a little upset.
There's that. And then there's the 50th day, right? There's, now he's a couple years into this ride. And if he could turn invisible, he'd probably activate that a lot.
Yeah, actually, one of the oddest things we have happened to us, because we live in North Carolina, and it happens at the same gas station every time to both of us. People will go, we'll just get random people. They'll say, "Oh, you guys do YouTube, nice. Hey, does Juji live around here?" I'm like, "Oh, no." And they're like, "Oh, does he live like within 5 miles of here?" I'm like, no, he lives like 30 miles away south of here. Like, So where does he live in Concord? They'll just like start they'll start bringing up stuff and just like more and more and more. And I'm like,
that one dude
I can't
at Lowe's,
tell you.
man. That one dude at Lowe's hardware store.
Oh,
that was
God.
the worst. The Lowe's store.
At Lowe's.
The Lowe's store was like, I'm not joking, 100 yards from my house. I lived right behind Lowe's. It was great when I lived there. This one dude sees me there. He knows who I am. And he's like, what are you doing here? He knows I'm at a hardware store. You know, you don't just pass through on a trip to stop at Lowe's. I'm like, no, you know, I live around here. He goes, like, how close? Just like what Tom's saying. I'm like, oh, you know, nearby. Like, which direction? I'm like, dude, go away. Like, I got my car and watched him leave and drive away so he wouldn't follow me.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Which direction?
Yeah,
Dude, like how far? Does anyone watch your windows at night? Do you have a security system? Do you have AGT? If not, do you have an automatic, like that kind of I remember it was a couple years ago when I lived in St. Louis City. I live in the county now. That my girlfriend and I, we were at my old apartment and we were fucking drunk after some night of partying with some friends and come back and she's like, I'm going to order hot box cookies, which are like cookies they deliver 24/7. And I was like, all right, whatever. I don't really eat sweets. I was munching on Cheez-Its and
you on your high horse.
Me and my high horse. And I go down there to answer the door when I hear it and I open it and I'm drunk and I just like, oh, thanks, buddy. And I'm like signing it on the top, giving him his tip. And he's like, hey, are you Taylor from PKA? And I was like, yeah, please don't tell anyone where I live. And he was like, I won't tell anyone where you live. It's good seeing you. And I'm like, okay. And then just, I would have been nicer, but I was so wasted. I was just like, God. And I went up there and she's eating her cookies. And I'm like, they're going to fucking know where I live now.
No.
He's like, well, maybe you could,
they're going to post it on the subreddit, my address.
maybe you could be a generous tip and
I got recognized not long ago at the
$400
AutoZone.
box of cookies.
And it was like, cool. Got picked. You know, people know me at the AutoZone. This is kind of a neat deal. And then I realized my shirt said Woody's Gamertag on the back. And I was like, it doesn't count anymore. You can't do that.
That could have been a really uplifting day. Off of that. Oh no, it was labeled.
Yeah.